Mr. Summerville, can you return? Thanks, bye.
Oh yeah, I mean, nobody knew or seen it.
Oh, now I'm on like a, what am I on right now? What is this? We're on, but he's holding the camera, the special camera.
Do we sit or?
Yeah, so let's take a minute and talk for 2 minutes.
Let's talk.
I better run because apparently I'm doing a documentary right now. For what's the company?
It's for CCTV.
I'm gonna take a picture of this chick. Hold on. I'm gonna send it to you. Okay.
Take a picture of me.
Look at you. Okay, let's just take a picture because
I'm always in my gym clothes when I am.
I know it's shocking. You're in regular clothes. This is who you are apparently. You even have a sort of a serious demeanor about it. Right, picture.
Is that good?
Good. Okay. Okay. Look at Christie here. Hi. There's not a moment. How long are we doing this? Like 15?
Yeah.
You speak Chinese with me.
Huh?
Okay. What do you want to do? You want to just dive right into it?
Office? Yeah.
What? Well, look at you really speaking.
Chinese.
I've never seen you in action. You really do speak Chinese, huh? Got makeup on. What? You can tell me what this is if you want.
Yeah. So they're following me to film my life.
Oh, they're filming your life. I'm just like an appendage to your life.
Because you're
see.
one of the most important people in my life.
Yeah, but Brett Ratner seems to be
He
in
is.
it.
He's going to be in it. We're going to his
Is
house.
he secondary to me? Or
Yes.
Okay.
You're primary.
Primary. Okay.
Yes.
Good. You sure?
Yes. Yes.
Can you guys validate that? Okay.
So yes, they're filming my life, and I just wanted to include you because you're someone I aspire to.
Thank you, darling. Let's hold this book.
Yeah.
I have a book
sure.
too. Why not?
I know.
Who's gonna look at the book? Here.
I know.
Christie and I. Rosie, Christie's
Should we take a
here,
picture?
dressed up. She's doing.
Hi.
Look at this.
There's Michael.
Oh, she got a book too. No, we should sell my book today or only your book?
Yours.
Oh, good.
They're
Whoops,
from
uh-oh.
CCTV from China.
Oh,
And they're
fantastic.
doing a documentary.
On you?
On her. She said here.
perfect.
She said it was on me.
Right.
But no, she said it was more like it was about CTV or something like that. It was a big, broad subject,
Right.
and I was an important segment. But now I
Person in my
realize I'm
life.
only
Yeah,
an
he's
appendage to
he's-
her story.
Yeah,
That's why
he's the
she's a producer.
person
She
Yeah.
in my
actually
life.
knows how to hook you in.
They
Yeah.
actually produced it, not me.
Exactly.
But I kind of owe it, so I feel like it's okay. Being misled by you is okay.
How's that going to look in translation?
This is Michael.
Michael.
Hi, good morning.
Michael's
President.
works for President Imagine, and
Yes.
yes, I'm just really grateful. Take busy
moment.
schedule and
No, can
to
I?
meet with us.
Here she is.
Can I have a moment?
So are we allowed to have a moment? Please, yeah. Christie, I'm so proud to be part of this documentary. I've known you for, it's got to be 7 or 8 years. I've seen you with your own development fund and how intelligent and judicious you are with your fund. And then I've seen you actually write a book, which couldn't be more difficult to actually bring the pen to paper and actually start writing a book and then till completion. And at the same time, it became a New York Times bestseller, which is its own singular aberration. Very difficult to do. So I'm here today because I know a few people are going to participate in this documentary. And given I started, got to be 30 years ago, as a writer myself, I started on a similar trajectory. And I've been afforded these great luxuries, and I'm grateful that I've, not only made the movie Splash that started Tom Hanks, but I've won an Oscar having produced the movie A Beautiful Mind that starred Russell Crowe. And I see that you could actually have the same trajectory, seeing your talent, your level of concentration, focus, and discipline. And all of those things together really are the ingredients for great success.
Thank you. Yeah, you're someone that I aspire to be like. Yes, just
And I've always been happy to be your friend and in some cases even mentor you.
yes.
And I've enjoyed the mentorship with you because you're hardworking, as I said, disciplined, strong, and always building one block after the next, going, towards the stars, moons, and planets. And I just see great success for you.
Thank you.
Good.
So Brian's been a really long-time friend of mine. He's always really supportive. You know, I can just, whenever I'm stuck, you know, if I'm stuck on something, I can just call him and bounce ideas off with. And we hang out, you know, you show me lots of great restaurants and places and how, you know, just introduce me to people, you know, that's really helpful for my career. And yes.
Yeah, well, in Hollywood, like any business microcosm, it has its own language, and within the language, there's the population of people that are, for the most part, artists and talent that build movies and television shows that are all ultimately about storytelling and narrative.
Yes.
And you've always embraced that and have been very successful at doing that yourself. And for me, you know, as I said, I started young. I started with the one movie, and now I think I've produced over 100 movies and have had about 45 Oscar nominations, or wins rather.
Yes.
And in television, about 160 Emmy wins. And I just think the world of you, and I mean every aspect of your life, not just the work life, but I've seen you in your personal life. I remember once we went to dinner, and I said, "Where do you want to go?" And you said, "Well, I just want to go to the healthiest restaurant." And it was in Santa Monica. I'd never been there. And it just had juices and very healthy food. And you just worked out, so you were completely physically fit. And I thought, wow, what a great role model for me in the world of just physical nutrition.
Yeah, you really fit yourself. Yeah, thank you for being so patient. Because for me, my diet, that time I was very strict on my diet. You know, I love everything organic, and I was eating vegan.
Yeah, it was great, and I can see that I haven't seen you now, I think in maybe 6 months. And I was just saying, you look better today than you have than even 5 years ago. You just continue to look better, which is quite remarkable. But a lot of it is just good eating, constant discipline with your. I remember you used to exercise. I felt like you told me at 4:30 or 5 in the morning, some crazy time, and I'm sure you're back on that schedule.
I am. Yeah, I still work out every day. I try to every morning, and eating healthy, exercise. You know, staying positive and happy.
I'm very positive too, because I definitely feel like words and behaviors signal your brain. And when your brain is in a positive mode, you can accomplish anything. And almost basic physics proves that.
Yes, yes.
But if you can marry the basic physics, that engine, that motor, to informed intellect, so you actually are doing the homework, so what you're going to succeed at through the force of physics and your mind is actually a good idea as opposed to a mediocre idea. That kind of differentiation comes from, for me, it's come from meeting new people every 2 weeks, writing this book about, you know, having met the greatest architects in the world, the greatest builders, 4 or 5 presidents, CIA directors, the 5 greatest trial lawyers in America. And so all of that stuff just helps inform your instincts.
Yeah, and that's something I really, what's the word, like, is it admire? Or, you know, I really like that about you, you know, being open and being curious. Like, you wanted to know everything, you know, you ask about any question. You every time we go out, or every time, you know, I see you ask lots of questions and just being really curious and wanted to know, wanted to learn.
Yeah.
I think that's.
Well, just recently, you didn't know this, but I went to Shanghai and Beijing, and I met, you know, most of the heads, if not all of the heads of all the different tech companies, and different platforms, and they too were very excited about, you know, this journey that I've had about meeting interesting people that can help create soft power for myself by making movies that influence the culture, but influence them in a positive way. So I made a movie, as you know, called Parenthood.
Yes.
It's just a family film about good values within the family system. Or Beautiful Mind, ultimately that was just about helping to destigmatize mental disability, to widen people's perspective against discrimination or preconceptions that are erroneous or that are not valid.
What's your impression? What do you think of China entertainment industry now?
Well, I like that they seem to be very eager to get into the entertainment industry, and they've done it cautiously and intelligently. But I'm very excited to do something with China.
Yeah, and you liked it.
I liked it, and I met, as I said, some of the most important people in the area of entertainment in China, and I got along, and I enjoyed them, and I liked their positive energy and their open-mindedness. It was very encouraging.
So how long were you there? Shanghai, Beijing?
I was there in Shanghai for about 3 nights, Beijing for 4 nights.
Okay.
Not
So
long,
it's
but I
busy.
did a lot. I did something every minute.
Did you do anything fun, or it's all business?
I did some fun things.
Yeah.
I stayed at a place that I really liked in Beijing called the Opposite House.
Opposite house, okay.
And then from there, I went to Hong Kong and stayed at the sister hotel called the Upper House.
Okay. Hong Kong. Yeah.
In Hong Kong, yeah,
Yes, it's great.
cool. So I did have fun. You asked me about my experience in China.
Yes.
I loved my experience in China because China, beyond its growth potential and its success in global markets, it is very interested in narrative form, in telling stories that are positive, that can affect the world. Because that's where real power comes from.
Yes.
Is affecting the world's culture through storytelling, but in a positive, empowering way.
Right. Yeah. It's
And
awesome.
and I felt like all of the platforms for television and movie distribution in America is becoming somewhat outmoded, and that China is very interested in the pure storytelling, pure content itself, because they have the ingenuity and thought to create new platforms for the new world. And that's what's really important, creating new platforms for the new world,
yes.
which will ultimately be largely mobile and largely digital.
Yes, definitely.
So I think China is the most equipped to embrace that
Yeah.
new frontier.
For the youngsters and
Yeah, for the youngsters.
for the youngsters
Yeah.
nowadays, they just all they do
Yeah.
is just they're on their phone.
That's it.
all they do.
It's all mobile because it's so easy to access. Like every teen kid, because I know a bunch of teen kids, and actually last night I was on a very famous television show called The Jimmy Kimmel Show on ABC. And there's this girl named Halsey. Halsey is really popular. She's doing Madison Square Garden next week. She's only 20 years old. It's like all she knows is mobile phones.
Yes.
And she's become like huge by using social media. So, and I think that China is the best equipped to really embrace that in this more powerful way.
Yeah, I think a lot of kids they just really just reading and seeing everything on their phone instead of going to theaters.
Yeah, I think it's just the future, really. I think that some of bigger event films we will want to experience in luxury theaters, in beautiful luxury theaters, which are available in America and even more available in China. And then outside of those event films that are required to see or enjoyed in these luxury theaters that have sort of multi-dimensional form cinematically and sonically, the phone or iPads would be perfect.
And that's where it's perfect for you to really, because in China they're lacking.
It's just the future, really. I think that some of bigger event films we will want to experience in luxury theaters, in beautiful luxury theaters, which are available in America and even more available in China. And then outside of those event films that are required to see or enjoyed in these luxury theaters that have sort of multi-dimensional form cinematically and sonically, the phone or iPads would be perfect.
And that's where it's perfect for you to really, because in China there's a lack of content right now, and that's
Yeah.
the imagination and all those. There's a lack of content. So
Yeah.
for you, it's for us to bring in the stories and amazing stories and content into China.
Yeah.
It could really.
Well, China has reached out to me and other filmmakers that have made wholesome entertainment. So there are many movies that I've produced that are very somewhat wholesome entertainment, where China says that story completely applies to the value system of the Chinese. Would you consider doing it? One of my television shows is very enjoyed by the Chinese, called 24 with Kiefer Sutherland.
Right.
But basically, on our iPhones here, these phones, however you want to do that, we're going to have it all right here, and we'll either experience it here, or we'll sling it onto our bigger screen, and that's how we're going to experience narrative form content. So, great to see you today,
To see
Christie.
you.
I can't wait to see you again.
I know, and
Okay.
your book, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Can you send a copy for me?
Yeah, of course I can. I can do it right now.
Yeah, let's do it right now. Thank you.
And I too was on the best. I was a New York Times bestseller.
I know, it's amazing.
So what I said to Christie, someone I will always admire with love, Brian.
Thank you.
You're so
I'm
welcome.
so grateful.
Here you go.
Taking like the time of your day to, for us to do this. And yeah.
Happy to do it. All right, great.
Good.
Thank you.
照张相。
Good, very good.
好
Oh,
了
they want to take a picture.
A picture.
好了
You?
Yeah.